Welcome to Man Talk 133, where men unite. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Ain't nothing to it, man.
Ain't nothing what's happening, brothers. What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing to
Just
it,
hanging
man.
out, man.
So check this
Glad to
out.
tap in with y'all again.
No, yeah, for sure. So check this out. So I was at this place, and maybe y'all could kind of help me out why people do this.
Okay.
Men, especially black men. So I'm at this place, right? And been going to this place for a while. I ain't gonna say no name. If y'all see me, don't come approach me about it. You know what I'm saying? But so the whole time I'm there, I see these guys. One always trying to tear the other one down. The other one trying to snake the other one and backbite on the other one. The other one trying to pull this one down. He go around this one and tell on this one. This one go tell on that one. Why is it that maybe y'all can help me out? Why is it that grown men or men expect, I hate to say it like this, but especially black men always try to tear each other down?
Man, it's hey, it happens all the time, bro.
I
It's
know,
hard to
but why
explain,
though?
man. It's a jealousy thing, man.
Uh-huh.
It's a jealousy thing. You ask me, man.
Uh-huh.
That's all I can pretty much see. It's jealousy, man. Because like you said, I experienced that same stuff like that too, man. Of course, I retired early.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So when I retired early, a lot of people, didn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, it was black guys,
You see my point?
and
Why is it
you
always
know,
us?
and it
Is
just
do you
that's
think it's like the way we was raised or things that we saw? What do you think, Smooth? I'm because I see it and I'm just like, bro, why can't y'all just as black men just work together, get the stuff done, and then go on to the house?
Man,
Why is it y'all? Why you got to try to trip them up to try to get here, and neither one of y'all ain't gonna get no further?
I can say, well, what I think when I was coming up,
Mm-hmm.
we were always in competition with
Mm-hmm.
one another. We were never taught to come together. Like if the people that I competed against when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger, if we had come together, we could have done greater things together than we did apart.
Right.
Because if it's five of us competing for the same thing or in the same realm, only one of us can win. But if we join forces, then we can all win. But
Yeah.
that's not what we taught, especially black men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We not taught that. We taught we gotta win. Just we. Like
Mm-hmm.
you, the individual, you gotta win. If you not winning, you
mhm.
lose.
Well, you
So
know,
See,
that's what what's been passed down from generation to generation to generation. Just do you, get you. Don't, you gotta be on top. You gotta be this. And that if it's continually passed down, then that's all it's gonna ever be. And that's what you're seeing. That's what we are.
yeah,
That's what we all seeing,
that's the
actually.
product of it. Yeah.
but the funny part about that, what you said, well, Marcus, was the competition, and I heard you say competition, but the funny, it's so funny to me or foreign to me about that is like me and Shaw, like we with the way we came up, it wasn't a competition.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started encountering guys that was used to the competition,
Mm-hmm.
or like putting you in a competition that you didn't even know that you was in,
Yeah.
and it
Mm,
was like foreign to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, like, what's up with these cats, man? Or what's going on? Cause see, like Shaw, you can speak for all of us. Like, I know at
Mm-hmm.
least us three boys. We were never raised up in competition. no, even with our cousins and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I say, it's kind of, you know, it's funny that I hear guys, you know, say they grew up with, you know, with competition. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, when I run across guys, they'll put you in a competition. You be like, that you don't even know about. You be like, what, like, what is it? I'm like, I ain't in no
Well,
competition, you know. So
I'm guilty.
it's you know, it's funny to hear, you know, like the way Marcus said it.
Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
guilty though. I'm guilty because I'm gonna tell you, I gotta be honest. Jordan and D could not beat me. I
Right.
don't care what we playing. You try to, I don't, Jordan was
Oh
5,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
blocking
like
shots.
that.
You know what I'm saying? He was 3, I'm blocking shots. Keisha like, why don't you let them score? I earned it. They
Oh
gonna
yeah,
earn it. You see what I'm saying?
right.
And I think it's just kind of like it just like Mark said, it's passed down. Because I'm just like, yo, if when I was your age, when I was shooting the ball underhanded, they were blocking my shot, I'm blocking yours. I'm just
Yep.
to returning the
You
favor,
know
Doc.
it.
And you know what's
Right.
crazy about it? We think it's more like we helping them, like grow. You're gonna be better if I block your shots, but in actuality, it
Right.
ain't. We ain't really helping them. We kind of some of them, they get defeated, don't even want to play. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see,
Whatever
that's a
sport
that.
they're in.
But see, for me, that's I know what you're saying, but that for me, it's like a different competition. That's why I didn't use that analogy. Cause you
Mm-hmm,
know, we
mm-hmm.
always, you know, like I said, you know, you ain't gonna, you know, I ain't let you score on me, man. We was growing up,
Yeah,
you know,
right,
with the game. But I
right,
think
right.
what I was alluding to as far as like with the competition,
Uh
it's
huh.
like when you know, like if you go get a car,
Uh huh.
this guy here, he got to go get a car to outdo your
Outperform.
car,
Yeah,
out
I
top your
got you.
car.
I see what you're
Out,
saying.
you know, that kind of competition like that, you know, you can encounter guys like that on the job or whoever, you know, like, you know, some people might be
Uh huh.
have them in their circle, you know,
Uh huh.
and that's the kind of competition I'm talking about, not from the sports side of the competition. You
I
know what I
got
mean?
you. Uh huh.
So
So who you
yeah,
gonna be tonight?
you know,
Who you
like if
gonna
you
be
if
tonight? Huh?
say
You
what
you 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 gonna be rep?
what
You gonna be Jesse Jackson tonight? Who you gonna be? Doc? You started out strong.
you
You
talking
can't
about
be
Marcus?
Al. He got
Talking
no
about
Al. He
Marcus?
got Al locked down. Talking about you. I'm talking about you. You start like revving right off the dribble, Doc. He said, no, I ain't talking about
Hey
that type
man,
of.
hey, we said starting off strong.
Yeah, he starting out this boy. You came out the gate like a
Yeah,
pack
man.
of racehorses, Doc. But do y'all think it? Well,
Hey man, it must
would
be.
that? Huh? Go ahead.
No, I was saying it must be. You know, I'm representing the Hornets tonight, man. You know, hey, we you know we 2 3 years undefeated, baby. You know,
Oh
hey
shit.
hey, you know they come
Re-
out strong when they take in the court.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
but all jokes aside though, but like you know what you were saying on that though, um, yeah, I think like the competition thing, you know,
Hmm.
like it'll be just like competition like you on your job.
Right.
You know, if you get a certain position, somebody gonna try to, you know, jockey
Gonna
you up
try
or
to
knock
get
you
it. Yep.
down.
Yep.
You know, they gonna do it's gonna be something, and then you gonna find yourself in a competition that you don't
Yeah.
even know about. That you
Yeah.
know, that's the kind of competition I'm kind of, you know, talking about, you know.
Uh-huh. You think come from would they be considered as like childhood trauma? Like, like for
Uh,
you think like so like for example, I I never let Jordan win ever.
right. Okay.
And as he gets older, he think about me not letting him win. And it just makes him not want to even compete because he already feel like he's already defeated already before he even
Right.
start to compete. Do you think that could be like a form of childhood trauma and that may be what they like a lot of the guys I'm talking about, they older. So they grew
Hmm.
up in the country.
Right.
They grew up on the
Right.
farms. They grew up with a lot of brothers and sisters and they had to, you know,
Never had.
never
They never
had.
had.
And they got to
Right.
overcompensate for it.
Right. I say jealousy. The reason why I go back to jealousy because I look at
Mm-hmm.
just like that situation that happened with
Uh-huh.
Cam Newton, with those guys. You know, all of them was coaching together.
Yeah.
You know, they were coaching together at one time, and then those guys kind of branched off or whatever they did. And then when they come back, Cam them still winning. And Cam, of course, he the MVP and the superstar. Then those guys, and plus the guy, at first they thought it was some kids that jumped Cam, but it ended up they were actually coaches from the other team. And the guy made a video about Cam before they even jumped him, saying, that non-throwing quarterback from Atlanta, whatever, sellout or whatever he said, so right after the game or whatever, that's when they jumped him. So I think it's like a jealousy thing. So they, they hate to see Cam coming back with what he got. He flossing or whatever,
Yeah. Well,
So I still say it's a jealousy, but it could be a growing up thing too, like never had.
Yeah. Marcus or Smooth or Al, whichever one you prefer, though.
Yeah, definitely can be a form of childhood trauma because you think about it, the things that you came up against, and I'm not talking about, big brothers, parents, or whatever, like
Yeah.
anything you came up against at any time and you failed at it repeatedly, you found yourself going in another direction at some point.
Yep.
So if you put that with, what we talking about, if say Jordan, if he can never beat you at basketball, because you said you block all the shots,
that's a fact.
He's not gonna want to play basketball when he see other kids playing. He not gonna want to play because the first thing he gonna think about is, man, if I go out there and they block my shot like my dad been doing all this time, that's gonna be embarrassing.
Yeah, it can
So
be
yeah,
embarrassing.
I'm not going out there.
Yeah. Well, I
Or
definitely did that, but go ahead.
or it can be on the flip side. You
Yep.
can do that to him for so long,
Yeah.
he can't
Go
wait to
to
go out
get
there
me
and do
back.
it to
Yep.
somebody else. Like take out all that aggression and anger on other
That
people
was my
because
next
he
move.
could never do nothing to you.
Uh-huh.
So that right
Right.
there, that's to me, that'll make, you know, the tearing down. That's where that come from. Like I couldn't do it to nobody else, or it was done to me, and now it's my turn to do it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So it can actually go either way. You can go from, and then too, if he don't, if he like, my daddy never let me win at this, I don't want to do it. But guess
Yeah.
what? I hate it so much, I don't want to see nobody else doing it neither.
Yep. I don't
So
see
I'm gonna mess
nobody
it up for
win.
everybody.
Yep.
Right.
For
I'm gonna mess it up
everybody.
for everybody.
Yep.
Nobody playing basketball. Basketball over for everybody.
For everybody now. Ain't nobody out here
Right.
playing, taking the
Yeah.
ball
So
and
to
go
me,
home.
any way that shakedown, it's definitely a form of trauma for sure.
So let me ask you,
Right.
going
And
back to what you
that's
were saying. Go ahead, Paul. You got a delay, but go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna piggyback off what he was saying. That was the route that I was gonna go. Like, you when you've been beat up for so long, when you play somebody, when we was coming up, them boys didn't let us win.
Nah,
But
not at
but
all.
we but once we got our strength and we got our jumping ability together, when we got up, they couldn't stop us after that.
That's right.
And then we punished everybody in our path. So
Yep.
like I said, it can work that, it can work that way too. So how we used to run the guys off the court,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
but when we was coming up, Jimmy and them boys, they would on competing them, they would
Yep.
crush us, man. Like, but we
For
kept on
real.
digging and digging and digging. We didn't give up. But like you got some, I guess, you do have some kids that will give up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah. So what y'all think about this? I was looking at some, and it's kind of gonna piggyback off of what you said about the coaches and Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think about the thing of boys raising boys? Meaning that you got men with a boy mindset raising these boys, and all they doing is just producing other boys. So when they grow up, it's just like a cycle. Like they never grew out of it. Now they still
Right.
stuck in it, and they teaching them how to be boys, but they supposed to be men. I don't want to get
Right.
too far down the
I
rabbit hole, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And, yeah, and it's a lot of that going on, man. And I'll say this first before I go back to that. It's
Uh-huh.
like, like that's why now we got like a lot of child abuse.
Yep.
Like when these guys so-called discipline their children,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when years passed, they were never disciplined like we
Yep.
were.
Yeah. True
So they
that.
was never disciplined. They got kids now. They trying to discipline, and they don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to. Like if we discipline our kids because we got it back in the day. If we
Yeah.
discipline our kids, we know how to get off the gas. We get off the
Yep.
gas on them a little bit. We
Yep.
know when to
Yep.
pull it back in. But these new age guys, they'll keep going and going and going until
Yeah.
they be done
Child
hurt the
abuse. Yeah.
kid. But see, when they
Mm-hmm.
get their own past, they never they yeah, but see, but they was never punished when they was growing up. So
Uh-huh.
now they got kids. They want to try to punish their kids for what they do, with mistakes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, so
Yeah.
that's kind of like what you're talking about boys and stuff like that, man. And
Yeah.
it's tough out there now, man.
Yeah. Not to mention
Yeah, it's tough out there.
the laws ain't set up for like people to discipline their kids, but it still don't take away from the fact that you got these
Mm-hmm.
boys raising boys. I mean, you think about it, you might have a boy that's 15 or even younger, 12 or
Mm-hmm.
13 that got a kid. Now, how he gonna raise a kid and he
Mm-hmm.
can't even raise himself? He can't even buy like a
Right.
bar of soap to wash his own rear end. How you gonna take care of a baby? And that's $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So how can you not buy that when
Right.
you got a
Yeah.
child?
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's
You can
just
get some
like,
soap.
yeah, you think about this though. Think about this. If you see it online, you see the little kids mimicking their dads with their pants hanging and they got Pampers on. Like, how do you even
Yeah.
think that? Like, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, okay, now when he gets a certain age, he's gonna be doing the same thing his dad doing
Mm-hmm.
if somebody don't jump in and save him. You know what I'm saying? And then when his
Right.
kid, he gonna be doing the same thing. Or this sagging pants thing been going on for a long time, so I don't see it stopping no time soon. So after a while, you're gonna see that it's gonna be the norm of people sagging their pants, and when you see the little kids
Mm-hmm.
doing it, it's just they repeat, like one of y'all said. I think y'all said repeat the cycle. It's just going over and over and over and over and over. So
Yeah.
so yeah, man, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here with them.
It's
Go
sometimes,
ahead.
man. Sometimes, man, I like to use that analogy, man. It might sound kind of crazy, but if you think
Mm-hmm.
about it, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. I like to use that analogy, man. Sometimes with these new age kids or whatever
Mm-hmm.
is when you fry chicken and
Uh-huh.
you fry chicken that's fried too fast. It's
Uh-huh.
like what I mean by that is it's golden brown on the outside. It looks
Yep.
good on the outside, but
Yep.
it's not cooked all the way through on the inside.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we got now, like the kids and stuff like that. And some adults, the young adults, they look the part on the outside, but on the
Mm-hmm.
inside, mentally, they haven't grown up. We
Mm-hmm.
used to grow up from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Today's time, and people are growing up from the outside in.
Mm-hmm.
They got the lace up with the Jordans and put on the nice, name brand stuff, but they covering the outside of looking good, but they're not getting healed on the inside,
Yep.
you know.
So I got one question. How do we fix all that? How do we even start to try to correct it? Especially if you don't have kids or grandkids of your own that's doing that. How do we correct
Mhm.
it? Because most young people, if you try to tell them how to raise their kids, they get combative. Don't you tell me how to raise my child? I know what I'm doing. Apparently you don't, because they got a nasty pamper on and a snotty nose
Right,
and no haircut. So apparently you don't have it. So what do y'all
right.
think is something that could, like kind of combat it. Because if you ain't in it, really in it, then how do you even try to address it? You know what I mean?
It's gonna be hard, man. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I'll say this, I'll pass on the Marcus real quick, but it's gonna be hard, man, because you know, like, my wife, she a teacher, kindergarten
Mm-hmm.
teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard, she tried to teach the kids or whatever. But like
Mm-hmm.
just the other day, she had a little boy to tell her like he had to do an assignment.
Mm-hmm.
He told her she won't doing he won't doing nothing in the kindergarten.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
but when you try to get the parents to come out, and justify, what they got going on, they don't come out.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't coming out. Don't call me. They don't answer the phone or whatever. It's my child this and my child that. The teacher is in the wrong. All
Mm-hmm.
this stuff like this, right? But let them have a fall festival. We had a fall festival not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, the parking
Crowded,
lot was full.
packed.
Yeah,
I already know
you
that.
couldn't even get in the you couldn't even get it. You couldn't even get into the fall festival. See, they'll show out for the show. The parents will, but when you try to bring them in, tell them, like the kids, this is what they got going on. This is what we got going on with this one, that one. They don't want to hear that. That's my kid. They don't do this wrong, this, that, or whatever,
That's
right?
what I
So,
said.
and
Get
that's what we got.
combative.
So and that's why, yeah, and that's why I say it's hard. And then when they get that letter close to the end of the year, talking about, it's a possibility your child might get held back, then that's a problem. Then they trying to scramble. Like, oh, what,
Mm-hmm.
what we need to do? What we need, like we've been trying to get in touch with you all year,
Wow.
but you don't answer the phones or nothing. You don't, So to answer your question, I mean, this generation, man, this gonna be hard, man. It's trying to,
Yeah.
trying to reel all that in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Well, I know
You
Al
know.
got something. He waiting patiently too, boy. Go ahead and get him, Al. Yeah. Handle business, Doc.
Yeah, man.
uh, to answer the question of, what can we do?
Yeah.
I think the only thing I can think of that can be done is
Mm-hmm.
to just make the resources known, things that are out there to help people correct their, like, the ways that I'm gonna say, been programmed. I don't know if that's
Mm-hmm.
the right word, but
Mm-hmm.
when you learn something from 5 years old and you now 35 and you still doing the same thing, that's like that's programming. Like,
Yeah.
that you was taught that.
100%.
So
Mhm.
there are things out there. The biggest thing I could think of, man, is counseling, some type of therapy, something like
Mm-hmm.
that, where that train of thought or whatever it is they got going on that keep them on that path and be broken.
Mm-hmm.
But the only people that's gonna really that could possibly affect the people that want to actually change.
Mm-hmm.
If it's
Right.
somebody,
Right.
if they don't want to change,
It
nothing
ain't
can be
happening.
done. You
Nope.
can't help a person that don't want to be helped. So the answer, I guess, is two answers. You cannot, it's like you're saying, you can't really do nothing because they don't want nothing
Mm-hmm.
done. They don't
That's
want
it.
to change, so ain't no
Yep.
changing that.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who want to change, like, point them in a direction, or at least just make the stuff known so they can have that opportunity. Because my thing is, if you show one person
Mm-hmm.
where they can go to get this change, what if they know three people just like them?
Mm-hmm.
Now that one person brought those three people. They, like, man, the three people see them and be like, bro, you different. Like, what's up? Glad you asked, bro. Let me show you what's up.
Let me help
Take
you
them.
out. Yeah.
Right. So now
Right.
that's one person gone. That one took three. Those three people know three people each. So
Mm-hmm.
now that's nine people. Like, it, to me, that's the only way for that to change. Somebody has to want it, and then on they have to be in the path of somebody else that want it, or somebody in their path has to
Mm-hmm.
see the change in them and want that change.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for somebody who kind of already, I don't want to say good, because I don't think ain't nobody good. I think everybody got their stuff. But
Right.
if they perceive you to be on the right track,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for you to reach them because they don't want to hear what you're saying, because they don't want to be right now. They have to see
Mm-hmm.
somebody who was just as wrong as them get right. Then they like, okay, if he did it, then and he cool, then now I do it, or now I want to do it. Now I want to see what's going on. So for me, it's gonna have to be some people that are not right have to be reached first,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll trickle down to the rest of them that want it. They have to want it though. That like it got to start
Mm-hmm.
there.
They definitely got to want it because you think about this, and not pushing back on it, but think about this. They just say if you want to keep some from basically black people, you put it in a book, but they ain't gonna read.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And
No
then if
doubt.
you go to talking about, hey, let's go to counseling, man, I ain't going to no counseling. I ain't crazy, bruh. Yes, you are. You run around in drawers, bruh, at 12 o'clock at night. It's something ain't right. You gotta get checked. And then, so when you have that aspect of it, then you got the kids that's like right in the middle of it because they suffer the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking, me and Keisha was talking the other day. We was talking about, like the kids. You think about most kids, not most, some kids in like certain areas, the only time they get to eat is at school.
Oh yeah.
And they underperforming because they don't have lights at home, don't have internet. Now they
Right.
changing everything over the internet because the books
Yep.
don't work like they used to, I guess. Now they only time they get eat is that they go home to drama, keep up
Mm-hmm.
fighting, doing whatever crazy stuff they doing. So I would say, and it's hard because it's already hard enough on the teachers. You got to
Mm-hmm.
try to,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, Mark, you got to try to catch them in those buildings and have programs set in place to kind of try to help them
Right.
while they there and try to change their mindset. Because I do know when I pledged Phi Beta Sigma, that
Mm-hmm.
the mindset is that I got toe up, you getting toe up. You get in the cut,
Right.
I was in the cut. And now they
Right.
trying to change it a little bit where if you get caught putting hands on somebody, they pressing charges. So you're trying to break the history of all of that of what they had. They're trying to break it by enforcing the laws at a lower level. And it's the same thing with
Mm-hmm.
school. You gotta, I guess, try to grab the kids to change the mindset, and
Right.
then maybe they
Mm-hmm.
can kind of take some stuff home and they like, maybe they could tell
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean no harm. I don't know if I should say it, but I'm gonna say it. Then they can go home and tell their ignorant parents some
Yeah.
stuff they learned at
Go ahead and
school.
say it.
You see
Go
what
ahead
I'm
and
saying?
say
Yeah, they tell their ignorant parents, Mama, this is what I learned at school today. We can go, it's a place over there off of so and so street where we can go get free food. We can go get all, whatever type of help they need. You know what I'm saying?
it.
And then you go from there. You gotta, like Mark said, you gotta start somewhere. And then once this person, it's like the food banks. Once one person know
Right.
about the food bank, everybody know about the food bank.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna tell
Yep.
somebody, they getting free food. Free food where?
Oh yeah.
They gonna handle it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah. You gotta have them, like I said, those programs in place though, man,
got to
for those kids. Because like you said, it
mandatory.
is a lot of them. The only time they eat, like you said, they eat is
Yeah,
during school.
yeah, doing school,
And
man.
then, they can be, and another thing is too, they can be programmed all week,
Mm-hmm.
but when they get out of school on Friday and they get back into the environment, they got to get reprogrammed. That's just that Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
They got to get reprogrammed all the way over again starting Monday.
Yep.
It's like you've always it's always a tug of war.
All the
Mm-hmm.
time.
The teacher trying to do this, but when they go back to the environment, it's pulling them back that way, and you can get them all the way right.
Yeah.
You almost got them, and then
Yeah.
it's spring break, and
Then they
then they
off for
got a
2 weeks.
whole week out, and
We
then
out
when
a
they
whole week.
and then they come back from spring break, and then it's got to start
Yeah.
from zero again.
Got to start
So,
all the way back over, man. Then you got to think
yep,
about they angry. They ain't got haircuts. They ain't ate in almost a week. Well, not good in
yep,
almost a week.
right,
They angry. Anybody get mad when they hungry, doc. Kids ain't no exception. So,
right.
and
And like Marcus said, man, like you saying, like
mhm,
Marcus said too, man. They gotta the parents gotta want it, man. A
yeah,
lot of times, around that's anywhere, but around here, you see a lot
mhm,
of it, man, that they don't even
yeah,
really want it like that. You can't even
yeah,
pour it on them, and they
yeah,
don't want it. But if it's any kind of party or a show or something like that, you know what I'm saying, a gathering,
they own it.
they flock to that, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy, but they won't tap into the real resources. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So,
And then
it's
go,
you got to keep pulling and fighting, but it's kind of like an uphill battle.
yeah, and it's crazy. Like a lot of most of the time, you try to get them in church. And I know we talk church, we talk Jesus, we talk whatever, but a lot of times
Right.
they don't want to hear that. So
Right.
you got to find another way to kind of reach them. And what we used to
Hmm.
do at Word of God, they do the food drive every second Saturday.
Hmm.
And so they come in, get the
Hmm.
phone numbers, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you would be
Right.
surprised how many people come get the free food, but then don't come to church. It would
Bro,
shock you, it would blow your mind.
bro,
Cars wrapped all the way around the building and
Mm.
bro, it's crazy. It's
won't
crazy
come.
that you say that, man. It's crazy that you say that. Funny that you say that, man. That, at our church, Greater New Life,
Hmm.
we grill the turkeys. We
Hmm.
grill them
Hmm.
and give them to the people. And like you said, they won't even come to church to get them. You got to grill the turkeys and take it to them.
Mm. I'm gonna tell you, that's
We
pathetic.
in open invite. We already come as you are. So it ain't like, they coming, when we dressed in three pieces suits or whatever we got, Versace, whatever you want to wear. And
Hmm.
they coming in, because well, we come as you are. We are as you are church, come as you are church, right? So
Hmm.
everybody coming in just like this. So it ain't like, you gotta be shamed to come to church because we
Yeah.
giving away. We do this every year. We cook the turkeys on the grill
Hmm.
and
And
give
give
them
them
out with the
away.
boxes.
Wow.
Yeah, but they won't come to church, man. But you
Well,
know,
let me say this. I know this won't funny like the last one. So we got to some got to be serious because people got to understand that, man,
right.
people need help, man. It's serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about boys raising boys and you know
Mm-hmm.
black men, what they call the crab in the barrel mentality of trying to keep
Right.
pulling
Mm-hmm.
each other down, and all we got to do, they say, this is what some people say, is a lonely place at the top. It's
Right.
only lonely if you don't help nobody get up there with you. If you reach back and
Right.
help somebody up with you, it ain't lonely. But yeah, if you're trying to
Right.
Right.
keep all the resources for yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
made $1 million. You won't show me how to make $10. I got to pay you $1,000 to make $10. That's a bad investment. But that's
Mm-hmm.
how
Mm-hmm.
that's how it is with and is in mostly in our culture. Our people do that. I ain't saying it's just
Mm-hmm.
us because there's some other folks out there now that are
Oh
a
yeah. Oh yeah.
knock a hole in your head. But I'm just talking about we can officially talk about
Right.
our people because that's who we are.
Right.
So
Right.
That's right.
Right.
I'm just saying from from boys raising boys to men pulling, stop doing all that weird stuff, men, because I see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro, why don't y'all just call it out, bro? Like, because I ain't
Right.
got that authority. I'm just like, bro, like, why don't you just pull him to the side, have like a little conversation, like, bro, hey, bro, next time I see that,
Exactly.
I'm clocking out at 2:30 and I'm waiting at the car. You know what I'm saying? And we can handle it like like men. I ain't saying that you should do that. Don't y'all be out there throwing hands because you said Man Talk 133 told me to throw hands out the work. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm
Right.
just saying y'all just, have a discussion about it. Try to help each other, man. Because right now, if we don't help each other, ain't nobody gonna help us. And that's a fact. I'm trying to tell you, they trying to take everything back to what it used to be.
Oh
And
yeah, no doubt.
I'm telling you, man, it's what it is.
No doubt. No doubt. Look at St. Aug.
Yeah, what happened with St. Aug? I
You
ain't
ain't
heard
been
about
checking
that.
that out.
No.
Man, St. Aug, man, they like they canceling their accreditation and all that stuff, man.
I
You know
did
what I'm
hear about
saying? But
that. Yeah.
yeah, they still up in limbo about what they gonna do with that. One minute they say that the accreditation didn't count, but now they saying they're going back and forth the court about it. So, and like I
Wow.
was thinking about that, man. I said, now they doing St. Aug like that. This to me, I don't know what went on. They were saying, some of the higher ups was taking the money and all this stuff like that when they did the
Probably.
audit. But I'm looking at, hey, if they doing St. Aug like that, man,
Yeah.
HBCUs
Yeah.
got to tighten up, man, because that's taking us back. If
100%.
they if they shut Shaw down, hey, who's next to say they're gonna, hey, let's check out Central,
Yeah.
or let's check out
Yeah.
Shaw. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. You had
they
to
might
fight
not
half
mess
a
with Shaw though.
derm. You had to fight half a
Yeah,
derm to
you
get
might
Central.
they might not mess with Shaw. Shaw got them biblical technicians out there, boy. They might
Yeah.
not mess with them too tough.
Y'all, you better not go out there playing around. They got a divinity school out there, that
Yes,
for sure.
sir. Yeah, they might not mess with Shaw.
More goddamn get oil
Yeah,
through on you for real. Have you out there splashing oil
yeah,
on
boy.
you? Yeah, but anyway, hey fellas,
Yeah.
look, hey, thank y'all for tuning in to Man Talk 133. Till next time, guess what? We out.
Peace.
Later.